This dude doesn't seem like a player. So what's going on? Yes. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of
Two in a Pod with your hosts,
Emma.
And the cooler, awesomest host, Mya.
Still offended. It will never get unoffensive. You're welcome. Well, now, here's the thing. Here's the thing with us, right?
Yeah.
We're not recording this episode on a camera today.
No. Are you surprised? No.
Are you surprised we're disorganized? Who would have thought? Who would have thought Emma and Mya got their shit together?
Yeah.
Anyway.
One day.
One day
more.
Anyway.
Another day, another destiny. This never-ending road to Calvary.
We love Les Mis. Anyway.
These men.
My friend recently saw Phantom of the Opera.
Yes.
At Art Centre. And I love Phantom of the Opera.
I wanted to go so badly. Like, I want the chandelier to fall on my head.
Go! That's disturbing. Go!
No, but that's the part I'm the most excited for, if I was to go.
Go! Why aren't you going?
Because I don't have money, Emma.
Dude,
okay.
You can literally get student tickets. Go!
Oh, student tickets?
Anyway, the reason we don't have a camera is because we are lazy. But the also other reason is we'll spend most of this time in this podcast. I'm trying to come up with an excuse. Let me be. The point is we're going to be filming some TikToks later today. Doing some fun little shares.
Yeah, because we're just cool like that. Get on our level.
Mya, how has your week been?
It's actually been really good. I made it sound like it wasn't good. It actually was. It's been really good. My bestie moved to Melbourne. Woo! Shout out Kalela. Woo, 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 woo. And it's really crazy that we're living in the same state because it's been like 15 years since we were in the same state, living in the same state. So it's crazy now that like I can just be like, hey, come over. Like she's literally coming over tomorrow. It's just crazy. Also, it was my birthday.
It was your birthday.
It was my birthday last Friday.
Yeah, because that's why we didn't record an episode
Yes,
last week.
yes. I had a really good birthday.
What did you do?
I did an escape room, a Brooklyn Nine-Nine themed escape room.
That's amazing.
It was the coolest thing ever.
Where is that located?
It was in Hawthorne.
Oh,
And
of course,
it was really cool because like it had each of the people's desks and it had like it was the heist themed. So you had to find all the trophies and then you had to put them on this platform at the end and it spelled out amazing detective / genius, and when you put them all on it went burner. It was so like playing like the theme song.
So good.
It was the coolest thing. And then we went out for lunch and then we just went and watched movies and it was really fun.
I love that.
And yeah, and then I've just been working, making...
Are you a manager now?
I think I'm becoming one.
That's good.
Yeah.
Pay rise?
I don't know.
You need a pay rise.
I need a pay rise in life.
Oh, same, dude. Really. I'm trying to sell my stuff on Facebook Market. Look me up on
God,
Facebook Market.
I've been trying to sell my stuff on Depop but no one seems interested. So I might do Facebook Marketplace because apparently that pops off.
It does go quicker.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you're interested in buying some of my secondhand stuff and you're a size 10 to 12, look me up.
What happens if I just take them? We do a close swap, you take mine and I take yours. You can have a look at mine if you want.
You'd
probably hate the stuff I'm throwing away.
I probably wouldn't. You'd be shocked. I wear a lot of things.
I feel like you'd look at it and be like, no, Mya.
You'd be surprised. I don't
Actually,
really
there is a jumper in there I feel like it's very Emma. Because when I put it on, I was like, this is an Emma jumper.
Yeah?
It was like...
Question mark?
It was like grandma-ish. Okay. I'm just kidding.
Anyway, look us up on Facebook Market because that's where we're selling our stuff. And we need money because we don't have enough viewers yet to make money off this. So share this podcast.
Or you could just donate to us.
You could.
My BSB is...
Imagine. No. Anyway, my week. What happened this week? I started...
Yes.
I didn't get to say.
Yes.
Last week, I started at a new acting place.
Woo!
Yes,
Woo!
thank you. 16th Street.
How's it been going?
It is amazing.
Really?
I am loving
Any
it.
cute guys? Sorry. I'm so I should be talking about the education. How's the education?
What is wrong with you? No. No,
I just want Emma to be happy.
Well, I'm single and sad, so leave me alone. No, kidding.
You can be single and happy.
Says who?
No one. Says the people who are single who are trying to be happy when they're not.
Yeah, no, I love the people there. Everyone is super sweet.
That's so cute. Is it close age, young age?
You know what?
Why am I not English? For fuck's sake.
Because I'm English.
I cannot talk I can't speak. It's actually an issue. How am I going to be an actress if I can't speak?
How are we doing a podcast that relies on us speaking? Oh no. So I started that.
So
that was
like,
last
sorry,
week.
I kind of cut you off. So it was like similar ages. Younger.
Well, here's the thing. It's a wide...
Oh, wide. Sorry, you said that first. That's
and
right.
you know what's wild to me? Is that most of the people there I have mutuals with.
Really?
Which is crazy to me because I'm like, oh wait, you know this person, you know that person.
Oh, I like mutuals.
So like acting... Have you noticed that you'll meet someone and then you'll have like a mutual friend who's also an actor?
Exactly.
Like, yeah, no.
It's like a little community.
Yeah, it is. It's wild.
A wow community.
What else happened?
Wow community.
Well, your dog got D-sex, my dog got,
yes.
you know...
On my birthday.
A minor surgery. So it was good. Is he calmer now?
No. They put him on drugs and he came home bouncing off the walls.
How old's Roy?
Roy is... Ooh. I don't even think he's 1 yet. Or is he 1?
No, he's not.
Sorry, my time with COVID is really messed up my timeline.
I can tell you when I saw him, and I saw him the day you got him.
Wait, hot damn minute. I can actually fact check this.
You got him in winter. I remember that.
Damn, you have such a good memory. I've got a really shocking memory. Like, I cannot remember the past few years. I'm not even gonna lie, guys. Like, with COVID and everything, like, my whole brain is just...
You got him on the 7th of July.
I got him in July. Yeah, I was just about to say 8th. Yeah, so 7th of July.
No, because you've got 2 pets. I've got 3.
Yeah, I've got 2 now.
Let's talk about our pets for a minute.
Yeah, so I have a pet, a little dog. Well, actually,
he's huge.
No, I was talking about Marty Moo.
Oh, I was gonna say.
I got a dog named Marty Moo, and he's the oldest. He's a Moodle, but he's like teensy mincy. And then I've got Roy, who's a Groodle, and he's like the youngest, but he's like big, so he like towers over Marty, and it's so funny because like he just hits Marty with his paw, and like he bites Marty's tail and ears, and because he's so much bigger than Marty can't do anything about it. It's so funny.
That's so cute.
And then I used to have 2 dogs, but they passed away. R.I.P. I miss them.
Oh, your labs.
2 black Labradors, yeah.
Your labbies.
I've also had chickens and a bunny, and I had fish, but they died really quickly, and then we buried them in our yard in little boxes.
Oh, you didn't just flush them?
No, we did a whole ceremony. It was sad. Do you want to know what my fish's name were? One was named Philip, and one was named Etta, because they were a fillet of fish.
Oh my god. No, we had fish, and when they died, they got flushed. That's our ceremony. I feel like that's everybody's ceremony.
No,
right?
well, I just put mine in little boxes. Because why would I want to flush my fish down the toilet? That's traumatizing. I'd be scared it's going to swim back up and eat me.
It's dead.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, so you've got Marty and Roy. I've got Gracie, who's a cat that I got from the Lost Dogs home.
And I call her Mittens.
You call her Mittens. Her name is not Mittens. Her name is Gracie.
But Mittens sounds better for a cat, just for fun. I like giving cats... If I ever got it, I really want to get my own dog and call it, like, Goose or something.
Why?
Or, like, get a duck and call it Chicken. Or, like, get a cat and call it...
That'd be funny.
Toucan, you know? I like calling things different things.
Well, I got Grace... God. Oh, I got her, actually, on your birthday. But for, like, 3 years ago. So I got her on the 3rd of Feb. So
me and Gracie are actually connected.
Yeah, so on the 3rd of Feb 2020.
I knew we had a connection.
Actually, I got Grace before... Well, Gracie. I call her Grace because nicknames. I got her before shit hit the fan in COVID.
Oh! Yes.
And then COVID hit, lockdown. I got Willow in July.
Oh, damn.
The 14th of July. And I got Bailey, who is the youngest, in 2020. He's 3 this year.
Aww.
I got Bailey when he was 8 weeks old. I got Willow when she was 2.5. I got Gracie when Gracie was 1 year and 7 months, and I got Bailey when he was 8 weeks, and they're all rescues.
Oh, that's so cute.
And I'm going to sound like such a snob here, but if you can adopt, definitely adopt, because you're just like...
Yeah, and there's so many puppies that need help.
If you can adopt...
And kitty cats.
Definitely, because there's always a pet for someone. People are always a bit just like skeptical of adopting because they're like, oh, you don't know what the animal's going through, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But if you get a dog and you connect with them, obviously don't get a dog if you don't have the time, because if you have to return them, that's kind of awful. But
yeah, that's actually really sad.
Getting a pet from a shelter is just, I don't know, it's something.
Yeah.
I have wanted to return them multiple times when I've chewed up my stuff, but I never did. So that's my point.
No, they're just little kitties. Except my dog Marty has taught Roy to bark now at every single thing that walks past the window. Literally, an old man will be walking past the window. I'm like, oh my god, it's an old man.
I like that for you.
And I'm like, calm your farm. And I say, this is a no bark zone. And then today I was barking at my dog, and my dog was getting scared at me because I was barking at him.
I like that for you, though.
I was so entertained.
Well, I went to the vet today, right? Because my dog had to have a minor operation.
Did you go to the vet in Killer Road?
I went Nidru vet, which is in Killer Road but down further.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I think I go to that vet.
So
no, I don't go. My dogs.
Anyway, we took him to the vet, and the vet was like, oh yeah, you've had every kind of animal. I was like, yep, we've had every kind of animal. Because when I grew up, we had guinea pigs, cats, dogs, rabbits, fish.
Guinea pigs.
Birds.
Guinea pigs are really cute, but I always get scared they're just going to piss on you when you're holding them.
Guinea pigs are great. They are
but also,
amazing.
Have you seen those, have you heard, is it hamsters?
Hamsters, yeah.
How every single hamster that has, everyone who's had a pet hamster, it was a thing on TikTok, it's died, really traumatically.
Tragically, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing.
People stepped on it,
I don't think you're allowed to have hamsters in Australia.
No. If I see some little dogs and things like that, and I always get scared. I'm like, what happens if I was cooking a cake and they just hopped in the oven and I didn't know? What happens if my dog hopped in the dishwasher and I didn't know and I shut the door?
I think Roy's a bit big for that.
Yeah, I know, but I'm talking about if I had a little mini dog.
Marty.
Smaller than Marty, those miniature little mini things. And also stepping on them. What happens if I just stepped on it?
That... It's very traumatic. Anyway, moving on to what we're actually talking about. Anyway, moving on to what we're actually talking about today, which is why the episode is called Feelings. Why is the episode called Feelings, Maya?
Because we have a lot of them.
Because we have a lot of them. I like that. But we're going to start off with auditioning.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Our feelings on auditioning in general, or just
Have you had any recent auditions?
Yeah, and it kind of went awful. It was good and bad at the same time. Okay, so I auditioned for this dancing. I didn't get in, and I knew that was a very good possibility because I was up against full-time dance students, and I haven't properly danced in a really long time. And I know that some people will be like, but Maya, you're really good dance. Not some people will be like, but Maya, you did really good at uni, you're really good dance, blah 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 blah. I don't dance as nearly as much as I used to. I used to dance so much. I would train in for hours, and then at home I'd train and I'd stretch and I'd do literally practicing non-stop. I don't do that anymore. Do I love to dance? Absolutely. But it's not I've got other passions now with acting and things like that. So I always knew that going into this audition, there was no way I was going to be as good as the girls there. I also when I get really nervous, I forget. So I knew the dance really well, and then as soon as I got put in front, they called me and 2 other girls to do it by ourselves. My body panicked, and I just forgot some bits. So I was unhappy with myself because I'm I knew I could do the dance
because you're naturally hard on yourself though too.
Yeah. And I knew I could do it really well, and I remember I fucked it up, and I was really disappointed, and then I got a second chance, and I fucked it up again. But then at the end of the thing, you can tell who's the best dancers there and who stood out. They called all those girls, and I was like, oh, okay, these are the girls that are, that they're thinking of. And then they're like, oh, and can we have Maya too? And I was like, oh, they want me. So obviously they thought I did good because they put me with those girls. And that was enough for me. They only, out of all the people that auditioned, I think they only picked 3 from my age group.
Yeah.
But the fact that they put me with those girls at the end as like a second call, as like a callback kind of thing. I was so happy that I said to my mum, I was like, look, no matter what happens, I'm just actually really proud that I got to that point because these girls train every single day. Some of them, you know, are in really big dance companies and travel with dance and things like that. I just do ballet now, and I was doing this commercial dance. And so I was proud of myself because I was like, you know what? I did it. I gave it a go. Am I as good as I used to be? Absolutely not. But you know what? It was fun, and I had fun. And but the thing is with auditions, this is really bad because I want to go into acting, and it's all auditions. I want to do performing, so it's all either way. If I go dancing, acting, whatever, it's all auditions. Yeah, and I get the most insane anxiety before any audition.
Hopefully you'll learn how to.
I hope so. But see, every single time, like I've been dancing for like 16 years, 17 years, and every time before I get on stage, I have full on panic and I get stressed and everything like that.
Oh god.
Like, and I literally, like, I will be nervous for days. I was nervous days before that audition. I didn't want to think about it because I knew it was coming up and I dreaded it because I want to do what it was and things like that, but I just get so nervous for auditions. But to be fair, I get nervous. I'm a nervous person.
You are a nervous person.
Like, I get nervous to do everything. I get nervous to talk to people. I get nervous to, you know, to like ask questions. I get nervous to ask people favors. I get nervous to say no to people. Like, I'm just a nervous.
Do you feel like you can't say no?
100%. 1,000%. I'm a people pleaser. And there's been times where, like, I'll, like, go, like, la, 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 like, you're a bitch, blah, 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 but, like...
If you came face to face with them, you'd still try and people
Yeah, and I 100% people please. And I feel like that is definitely... I think I mentioned this in another podcast episode. I think it's definitely a strength of mine, like, being very kind-hearted. Not, like, to boost my ego or anything. But I would say I'm a kind-hearted person. And I'd say that's probably something that stands out about me, and that's something really good about me. But I also think it's ultimately one of my biggest issues because I let people walk over me all the time. I'm kind of like people's servants sometimes. And like, to be fair, I don't necessarily hate that, but like I do find that people would throw issues onto me, and because I have OCD, I feel
which will be talked about in a later episode.
It will.
With Raph and Julia.
Yes, and because I feel very guilty talking about my feelings, like, openly. So that's why when people go like, "Oh, Maya, you're okay," I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine. Like, I'm all good. Like, don't worry, I don't need help, anything like that." Because I refuse to let people in because I'm like, no. People don't help me. I help people. That's my job in this world. And I always feel guilty because I know what it's like when people throw issues onto you and how it can, like...
then
I don't want to do that to other people.
How does, like, an acting audition differ from, like, a dance audition?
It's like... Ooh, that's actually a really good question.
I know, I'm full of them.
I feel like that just did a 360.
Yeah.
I was like...
Welcome to Emma bringing things back on track.
I know, because I was going on a full tangent about something else. I completely forgot what we were talking about. Thank you for reminding me. See, if I didn't have Emma, I'd be like I would be like on my way to like Mexico, and Emma would be like, Maya, we're meant to be going to like Flinders Street Station. I'd be like, oh, yeah. So dance auditions, well, I guess it's kind of like acting auditions in the sense of what they're looking for, but like I feel like dance auditions, it's very much like technique and how good you are, and sometimes like appearances can also play a big part. I know that plays a big part in acting too.
Appearances.
But dance, it's very much like, I did a mock audition at my vet dance school, and the only people that this guy had worked in the industry, and the only guy he picked like these 3 people to stay, and they're like, yeah, because you look like you could play a character. So like the people that got cut out, weren't necessarily bad dancers, but because they, weren't skinny enough, or they weren't blonde, or they, weren't white and things like that. And so I feel like with dance, it's very much appearance as well. I feel like they always...
So you think it's like technique and appearance over like emotion?
Yeah, I feel like that's definitely plays a part. Definitely they want emotion and things like that. It depends on the audition. But like, for example, as bad as it sounds, if you're like auditioning for like a ballet thing, oh God,
say it.
The chances that a short person or a plus size person getting it is very slim.
Oh yeah.
Or even
it's slowly improving.
Yeah, it's slowly improving. But even like if you look, this is what actually drew my attention to everything. Point shoes, right?
Yeah.
Are like pinky light colors, and so is ballet tights.
Oh yeah.
I didn't realize for the longest time that they're that color to match
skin tone.
Yeah. And I didn't realize that until recently when the Black Lives Matter thing came up. All these black ballerinas were sharing their point of view on how they had to paint their shoes and things like that. And I was confused because I was like,
I thought pancaking?
Yeah, something like that. And I was like, oh my God, like I just thought that it was like pink just because it's a color. Like I didn't realize that it was meant to match your skin tone. And then I was thinking about it, and I was like, when I watched like the Australian ballet and things like that, you never see like
a person of color.
Like you never see, it's all white girls, all the same height, all super skinny. Yeah. And then I'm like, because I already knew from a young age that like ballet probably wasn't going to be for me, probably because of my body. And I know that's a weird thing to think as a kid. But as a kid... Oh,
the dance industry.
Yeah. But
in fact, to be honest, all performing arts industries.
But as a kid, I already knew that there was no chance I was going to be a ballerina because of my body type and because of how short I am.
This is the thing, right? This is what needs to change in the, like, acting, performing arts, dance industry, right? Like, I am not a skinny person. I have a big chest, I don't have a flat stomach, and I'm not 6'2". So, I am not, like, the Margot Robbie type. I'm also not blonde. So, so that's a different thing. And it's a thing of, like, you shouldn't compare yourself. So, for instance, when the last audition I did, I was auditioning for a short film from a uni graduate of some place that I won't name. And the description clearly said slim figure in all of the characters, except the male characters who had to be muscular. Yeah. And I was like, look, I'll audition for it anyway, but I'm not slim. Yeah. And then I looked at another audition that I did recently for a self-take. Yeah. Same thing. Slim, skinny, slender, figure. And there's nothing wrong with being thin. There's nothing wrong with being skinny at all. But it's interesting how many of these writers, directors, producers have the vision of a character being slim. And look, it could be because of a character and because of who they are. Yeah. But I feel like if it's not specifically mentioned in a script, why is it needed?
Why is it needed? Yeah.
I think it's to try and prove, like, a type of demographic. Like, for instance, if you were to see a small, slender person up against a muscly person, it shows a dynamic. Yeah. But I feel like, I don't know, I feel like it can easily be changed. And maybe that's just because I'm on the other side of that curtain. I'm never going to be, a size 6. And because that's not, but it's not how I'm built. It's not how my family's built.
Exactly.
It's stuff like that. But it's a thing of, like, accepting yourself. And
1,000%. Yeah. I think it's very important when you're in a performing arts industry, or just in, like, same as, like, modeling and stuff like that, just to remember your self-worth and to, like, really, like, love yourself for who you are. Because there's been so many times that, like, you compare yourself to people when you're auditioning, things like that. And, like, I know when I was younger, I used to look at all the dancers and be like, oh my God, they are so much skinnier than me. I'd see, like, people walk past, like, tall girls, and I'd be like, oh my God, like, her arms are so much beautiful, like, So much beautiful. So much beautiful?
Prettier?
Prettier. Her arms are so much prettier than mine. My arms could never be that. Her arm extensions are so nice. Her feet are... This is weird, but like for dancing, you want nice feet. And they'd be like, oh my God, they're so tall. Their feet are so nice. Like, why am I... And I used to look in the mirror of my leotard. And I'd look in the mirror and I'd be like, oh my God, this is what I look like. And and this was when I was young, because it was just kind of like... It was just kind of that industry. And I was like... Now looking back at it, I'm like, that was so bad. Like...
Yeah, I mean, I've been told shit about my body as well, like, directly. Like, if you were skinnier, then you'd have a boyfriend. If you were skinny, you'd get more acting jobs. If you were more fit, blah, blah, blah. But I think, overall, if you're just staying fit and healthy...
Exactly.
It doesn't matter. As long as you're looking after yourself, it doesn't matter. So I'm also a singer, right?
Yeah.
Like, I sing, I do contemporary and classical.
Yeah.
So, vocal health is a must.
Yeah.
Any singers out there will know you need lung capacity, you need vocal health. Because if your voice is fried, you are absolutely screwed over. Like, you can't do that to your voice.
I feel like my voice is kind of like a haystack.
What?
It's scratchy, you know?
Your voice is great. Self-doubt. Maya! Anyway, so I feel like in the music industry, and I could be wrong, but from what I've seen, representation is starting to get better.
Yes.
I think they just need to move it over to different industries now as well.
Yeah, definitely.
It's not great, it's not fixed, not 100%, but at the same point, because I'm one of these people that wants to be an actor first and foremost, and that is the thing with auditioning as well. Singing auditions are, in my opinion, similar and different to acting auditions, because you have to have emotion, but also in your voice.
Yeah. And
you have to know your song like you know your lyrics. Like, not lyrics, like you know your lines.
Yeah.
It's a thing of like that. So that's, because I'm not a dancer. I can't dance. No. I can move. That's I'm not a dancer. I've tried. I did try.
It's okay, you know, you try and...
You tried.
Sometimes it's not for everyone.
Yeah, sometimes it's not. It wasn't for me. But that is fine. But no, the point is that if we're going to sum up this whole auditioning thing, it is love your body, love yourself, even though it's hard. For the love of God, stop comparing yourself.
Yes.
Do not have self-doubt.
Yeah.
God. Can I... Okay, I'm going to prepare.
You're about to roast me.
Here is a tip.
About to put me on a steak and...
Here is a tip I have for everyone. Everyone. When you leave your audition, do not think about it.
Yes! Oh my God. I used to sit there for hours wallowing, and I remember one time I did an audition, and I was like, my mom was like, how'd you go? And I'm like, yeah, really good. And then in 10 minutes, I was bawling my eyes out, because I'm like, no, I did this, I fucked up, oh my God, blah, 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 blah.
No.
Like, it's in the past. This is why this really helps me.
Yeah.
It's in the past. Can I go back and change the past?
You can't control the past.
Exactly. It's in the past now.
You can use the past as a learning experience for the future, but you cannot fix the past. So for the love of God, think about your audition prior. Not too much though. Prepare, but don't drive yourself nuts with it. Go in, do your audition, do it well. Or not. Who knows what happens on the day.
Yeah.
Come out and do anything else. Watch your favorite Netflix show. Mine is currently You on Netflix. It's really good. Listen to some music.
Are you only just watching You now?
No, I'm watching season 4.
Oh my fucking God!
No.
Oh my God, because today's the 10th. Holy shit! I can go home and watch You.
Yeah.
Yes.
Also, TwoInAPodcast, my birthday's next month.
No one cares. No one cares.
Exactly next month. Screw you. The point is, auditioning. Yeah. Do not overthink it. The reason this episode is called Feelings is not always about mental feelings. It's about auditioning
always about romantic feelings.
I could have, yeah. That's our next episode. We'll get to that. Anyway, the point is that you can have feelings about auditions. You can have feelings about different parts of an audition, whether it's dance, singing, performing arts, you know, a meeting for a film industry. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
But for the love of God, just trust yourself.
Yeah.
Go with it. Because at the end of the day, if you don't get something...
The worst thing they can say is no.
The worst thing they can say is no. Maya, you can take that into your personal life too. And Jazz, that is what I mean. Because shout out to Jazz who
Jazz.
messaged me saying, "What was Mya on about?"
Did she actually
Yeah.
text you? Jasmine
Well, she messaged us on
Green.
TwoInAPod.
What a little cheeky.
What a little
Aw.
cheeky. See, what was Mya reacting to?
I was just
Mya was
reacting
reacting to
life.
the fact that
Emma.
no is the worst response
Someone could say. True.
someone could say.
True.
And that could be for an audition, that could be for a drawing, that could be for a dating situation,
A drawing.
that could be for
a
a
drawing.
competition.
Exactly.
The point is,
Yeah.
people are allowed to say no. And also, no is a complete sentence.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's just yeah.
Just, yeah.
Emma has basically said everything, but like sorry.
As usual.
But like yeah, like just remember your self-worth, and especially with industries like that, just like reflect on like what you're really proud of, and you need to acknowledge what you did well, and that at the end of the day you're beautiful no matter what, and that sometimes the industry is just sexist and racist and ableist and homophobic and it's fucking fucked and it's awful.
But the
and
thing is,
hopefully it becomes better.
we can change it.
Exactly, and hopefully it becomes better, because it's not fair. And the fact, I still can't believe the fact that I grew up thinking that like ballet tights and like point shoes were like just pink as a color.
Yeah.
Like the fact that they're made to match
It's meant
your
to look
skin
like
tone.
an extension
Exactly.
of the body, isn't
I
it?
didn't. Yeah, and I sorry. I know I talked about this before, but it blew my mind about how I grew up, just not thinking that was just like, oh yeah, it's just pink tights. Like everyone wears pink tights, everyone wears pink shoes. Not realizing that like it's meant to match your skin tone, and realizing how many people out there, are being like excluded from ballet and from the like environment because of their skin color. And I'm like, that's just so fucked. Like, the world needs to be better.
The world can change, but it starts with people wanting to make a change.
Exactly.
Okay, this is the last thing I'm going to say before we end the pod. Don't sit there and say nothing if something needs to be changed.
Oh my god, yes, please.
Because if you are sitting and not saying anything when you know that something needs to be changed, you are a bystander. And
yes.
unless it's a dangerous situation where you don't want to be
fair,
involved,
yes.
but you can anonymously make a change.
This is kind of along the same lines. There's been so many times where people will misuse mental disorders in like conversations, being like, oh, that gives me OCD, or
ADHD.
That's giving me ADHD.
Depression.
Or like, I'm depressed, or
I'm suicidal.
Yeah, I'm acting like schizophrenic or something like that. Like, there's been so many times where that has happened, and I have just been like, I've been so scared to speak up. Like, there's been, because that angers me, because obviously I get told all the time. I've had teachers, fans, I meant to say family and then friends, and it turned out as fans. Friends, family members be like, oh my god, I'm so OCD, this is giving me OCD, like blah, 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 right in front of my face. And like, I 100%, like, I get really scared.
Once again, in detail in a later episode.
And like, I always get scared to speak up, but then, because I get scared because I'm like, oh, like, I should say something. And I get scared because it is kind of confronting to go up to someone and be like, yo, that's not okay. But nowadays, I just try my best to try and educate people when they bring that stuff up. I'm like, look, you can't really say those things anymore. And yes, I did bring it up in the past with someone, and they were like, but this is just my humor. Like, you just need to accept me for who I am. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, I'm sorry, your humor is fucking racist and ableist. But
don't be a bystander and don't be ignorant.
And I get how it's scary, because I've been in that position, being scared to speak up to people. But you know what? Just do it. And you know what? If they get angry, then they're just an awful person. But like,
that you can cut out of your life.
Exactly. But you can also educate people and let them know. Be like, hey, actually, you shouldn't say those things, because you don't know who's listening. And it's really like it's definitely, I've had people tell me like, oh, thank you, Mya, for bringing awareness to this. Like, I'm now careful of what I say and things like that. And it's just like, it makes the world a better place. It makes people more like, chilling and vibing, schnibing.
Alright, TwoInAPodders. This is the end of our episode this week. If you want to follow us on TikTok, you can follow us at
TwoInAPodcast.
And if you want to follow us on Instagram, you can follow us at 2_in_a_pod. Now, if you want to hear something specific or you want to quote unquote sponsor us, that'd be nice. You can email us at 2inapodcast@gmail.com. All right, kits and cats, bits and bats. We are out. See you next time.
Bye.